good morning, my friends, my family, and everyone that is watching this video. Today is 28th of July 2021, and it's a very chilly morning in this place. This is Kenya, Nairobi, and I'm in my garden. My garden is at the front yard of my house, and what I am showing you now is my guava tree. This one here is my guava tree, and today the purpose of this video is to show you how to prune a guava tree. Now I have 4 guava trees, but the others have not been fruiting as much as this one, and I want to show you the difference of pruning, and also I want to show you that pruning trees is not just an exercise you do because other people do it, or because you've read about it, or because you hear that trees have to be pruned. Each type of tree has its own way that you use to prune. Like each species of a fruit tree will be pruned in its own way depending on where it puts its fruits. Pruning is not a one-size-fits-all trees, and I will show you in a moment the difference. In this case, I will demonstrate using the guava tree, and later on I will also prune my pomegranate tree, and I'll show you the difference of pruning different fruit trees for maximum yield. We prune trees so that we can get maximum yield, and also to keep them at the height that we want them to be, that is comfortable for our harvesting and even for aesthetics. So let's, for example, come to this guava tree here, which has been very productive every time. It is very productive. It flowers and fruits all year round. You can see I've just harvested several fruits from it, and it's already fruiting again, and it still has even young blooms which are already forming into fruits. So to get maximum yield and to get your guava tree to fruit every time, you got to understand each fruit tree. You got to understand how it fruits. For example, let me give you an example of this tree. You see this fruit, let me come closer. You see here, this is a branch. Okay, let me take the whole branch. You see, this is the tree. This is one of the branches. and this branch comes and gives more branches. So you can see these fruits are at the base. Can you see? They are at the base of this. They are at the base of this branch here. And it is the same thing for all the branches of the guava. You see, for example, this one comes again this way, and the fruits will either be at the first node or the second node. Maximum they'll go to the third node. Now if I did not prune here, the top here, then this branch would be useless. So now I pruned here, this I pruned again here, so it has two of these branches here. You can see the two branches. So this one, the fruit will be here. Actually, let me zoom in so that you see it's already putting a fruit there in the first node here. There is a fruit in the first node, and in this other branch you can see there is another fruit on the first node. Now after that it might put another fruit here, but the rest of that, unless you prune it, it's just going to stay there. It may bear in many years to come, but it will take very long, and it will just sap the energy of this tree for nothing. Instead, if now you cut this branch here, you cut it here, then these fruits here at the bottom of these branches will have more energy to grow and to grow big. It is like that, you see? Can you see this branch, this small branch also, where this branch, it branches from this main branch here, it comes up here. This here is the first node, and there it has the fruits. You come to this second node, you see it has another fruit there. You come to the third node, no fruit, no fruit, and it is not because it has not been given enough time. It will take so long for these other nodes to put on this part here, to put on fruits. So what I would do now, for example, with this branch here, I will come after the third node here, then I'm going to cut here. I'll cut it here so that now it branches, and in a few days it's gonna put on fruits on the branches that will come from here. The same way, you can see, let me demonstrate. You can see with that branch there, you can see it has fruits there. So you can see there, you can see there those fruits. I cut it there, or I pruned it there. So these ones have started putting fruits. So for this one, I'll leave the first, the second, the third node, and I will cut it here after the third node, so that now it will give the plant more energy, less leaves, and more fruits. So let's go and do the practicals. So this is the tray I'm going to use for now to demonstrate to you how to prune a guava tree. So you can see from the bottom there, I made sure it was pruned to the knee height. Up to there is the knee height, which is the best pruning for any tree to keep it off the ground and from getting diseases. So let's start now. We're going to start with this branch here. You see, for example, here there is enough air to flow through. It is trimmed very well so that air can flow into the tree. But now, for the purposes of fruiting, these branches have to be pruned. So as we said, you see here, we're going to leave the first node, the second node, the third node, and then we're going to cut off here, like that. Then we're going to come to this other branch here, and we'll leave the first node, the second node, the third node, and we're going to cut right there. The same, then we'll come here, you see this branch here, and we're going to leave the first node, the second node, the third node, and we're going to get rid of that. Then we'll come to this one, and we're going first, second, third, and we get rid of those leaves. Then now we come to this branch here, and we're going to do the same. See these two branches here and that. So we're going to take this one, 1, 2, and for this one I'm going to only leave 2 nodes, and I'm going to get rid of that because I want to keep this tree at maximum 6 feet where I can reach to pick the fruit. So I'll also count 1, 2, 3, and I will get rid of that. I'll come to this one, do the same. Do the same with this one. The same with this one here. This one here, the same. This one I'm going to leave 1, 2, and I'll get rid of that. The same, 1, 2, 3, and I'll get rid of that. And then you're going to realize I'm cutting at an angle. I'm not cutting straight. So you see this one here is cut at a certain angle so that water doesn't stay here and cause rotting. So all these leaves, I'm going to get rid of them like that. So you can see there is a science in pruning. You don't just do exercises in futility in your farm. You have to target a purpose for each activity you do in the farm so that you don't exhaust yourself for nothing. And there is the finished product of our pruning. You can see it is very well aerated from the bottom. There's a lot of airflow. About knee height it starts branching, and now we have the thinned tree. In a few days we're going to see the fruits of our pruning. Very beautiful now, and it's gonna gather all its energy into production, and it's also in a good height where I am able to just reach out and harvest any fruit that will be in these branches. It's a very good height, and production will now be at its maximum on this tree. These are the other guava trees which I have already pruned, and this also I have already pruned, and they're looking very beautiful and good to go. And finally, this one here that we started with, you can now see I have finally pruned it, thinned it at the middle. You can see I cut that upright vertical branch there to create more room for air circulation and to make it more productive, aesthetically beautiful and reachable. If this video has been of help to you, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, and God bless you.